Just a little quick video for you today. Basically, what would happen if the Punisher got a hold of War Machine's armor? Everyone knows who the Punisher is, so I won't go into much detail on that. All you need to know is, the Punisher has been branded a global terrorist. Nick Fury hired Frank to destroy a corrupt military regime overseas, and lent him the War Machine suit to ensure his success. But it all went downhill when Frank ignored Fury's directives to stand down. He almost started a nuclear war, of course he did, and stole the War Machine armor once the mission was complete. Frank tried to return to his bad guy killing routine in New York, but the heroes of the city want Frank to answer for his many crimes, and to return the armor. Thanks to a well-placed tracking device, they have him surrounded, but Frank isn't one to go down without a fight. He's at his safe house when a shout from outside says, "Frank Castle, get out here!" So he obliges, suiting up, ready to bring the pain. He opens the door to basically an entire Avengers roster staring back at him, asking if he came to surrender. Now, one thing about Frank is, he's a man of few words. He likes to let his actions speak for him, replying only saying, "No." He throws a flashbang, disorienting the Avengers, but Captain Marvel is unaffected, launching herself right at Castle. He just shoots her down and she flies through a wall. Spider-Man grabs onto him, which is the worst idea ever. He flies into the air, coming down with all his force on the US agent's shield, the raw power being enough to stun him. Then he swings Spidey towards an unsuspecting beast, knocking them out for now. Tigra tried her best, but she's no match for him. Quake tried to take him down, shattering the ground around him, but he just flies up in the air, spraying her with fire. Falcon tells him to stop. He can't leave, but he's not paying any attention, and that's when Cannonball comes out of nowhere, smashing him into the ground below. Luke Cage, Ben Grimm and Hercules are all waiting for him down there. He shoots Ben, but it just tickles. He then proceeds to tackle him. Barely moving an inch, the thing squeezes as tight as he can, while Frank shoots him in the face. Luke rips off one of his guns, but he doesn't care. He's just gone to town on Ben's face. Hercules and Luke have to drag him away like a rabid dog. He blasts him with fire and it does nothing, obviously, before a well-timed strike from Carol slams him back through the wall of his safe house. They begin to follow him in. Six minutes later, the crew are badly beaten and barely able to pick themselves up again. And that's when they discover that Frank had escaped into the underground. He could be anywhere now. They search the entire city. They go from borough to borough, always one step behind the Punisher. All they find is a trail of dead criminals in his wake. No matter how quick they are to the scene, Frank is quicker. A few hours later, after destroying multiple criminal organizations, he pays Baron Zemo a visit. But he finds Ghost, Taskmaster and Crossbones waiting for him. They attack him, but even with the element of surprise on their side, he's literally unstoppable. The weapons can't even damage him. But while he's distracted, Crossbones shoots him in the face point blank with a shotgun, and then attaches a bomb to his face. It still doesn't take him out. Much time later, after going on an even bigger murder spree inside of a prison, the Avengers show up once more, this time with Iron Man. But even against the same person who built the armor, Frank comes out on top, squishing him under a van. And while he's filling Iron Man full of bullets, someone from behind him shouts, "Enough!" It's some sort of army warship. Frank just starts shooting at it, but it does nothing. It sprouts legs and stomps on him. It eventually lets him up, and then its hatch opens. "You're wearing my clothes," the man says. "Lieutenant Castle?" It's Rhodey, and he wants his suit back. He tells him he knows Frank, and he's not the type of man to ruin a good friend's legacy. So please step out. And finally, after everything, Frank leaves the armor, puts his hands up, and is arrested for his crimes. So after everything, the only thing that could take down the Punisher was a good talking to by an old friend. Well everyone, I hope you enjoyed this little small story. I know it's a small story, but it's still good in my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you have some suggestions on videos that you'd like me to do, let me know. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Peace.